Former President Trump's attacks on Nikki Haley risk eroding her already tenuous support among some female voters as she moves toward the GOP nomination. Trump stepped up his attacks on Haley during his victory speech in New Hampshire, mocking the dress she wore that evening and referring to her as a birdbrain. The former president also vocally questioned whether Sen. Tim Scott, who was appointed by Haley in 2013 but supported Trump this year, hates Haley. Political observers say attacks are similar to the former president's past attacks on women and could turn away critical female voters in general election. It's another warning sign for Trump after New Hampshire underlined his vulnerability with some voters. He's not going to get women voters who are undecided voters, said Juliana Bergeron, a member of the New Hampshire Republican National Committee. I think there may be more Republican women voters that he won't get either. If it had been a close election, yes, his comments could have affected that. Trump and down-ballot Republicans have struggled to win over female voters since 2018, especially college-educated female voters in the suburbs. President Biden won 54% of suburban women in 2020, according to data from the Pew Research Center. Additionally, suburban female voters opposed many Trump-backed candidates in swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan and Arizona in the 2022 midterm elections. And while Trump won a majority of female voters in New Hampshire on Tuesday, it was by a relatively narrow margin of 51% to 47%. By comparison, Trump won men in New Hampshire 59% to 39%. The cake is baking because of voters' anger over Trump's outrageous comments, said Republican strategist and CNN political commentator Alice Stewart. Suburban women, in particular, are either so disgusted by it that they never support it, or they've gotten to the point where they say, "I'll support his policies. I'll put up with his disgusting comments." And Trump's insults against all his political rivals are nothing new. Since launching his first presidential campaign in 2015, Trump has begun branding his opponents with a variety of nicknames, including Little Marco, Low Energy Jeb, Crooked Hillary and Sleepy Joe. She uses gender all the time, said Debbie Walsh, director of the Center for American Women in Politics at Rutgers University. He uses it against women. He uses it against men. And the way he uses it against men is that they can never be manly enough. But many experts agree that Trump's attacks on his female rivals and critics are more personal and visceral. After the first Republican presidential debate in 2015, Trump attacked moderator Megyn Kelly for her questioning style, saying there was blood coming out everywhere. A month later, Trump insulted the then presidential rival Carly Fiorina in an interview with Rolling Stone, saying, "Look at that face. Is anyone voting for this? Can you imagine